Howdy everybody, BygPhattyPlus here, and it's time for a glog. And today, well, the day that this is going up on is Mary's birthday. This is the third birthday we've had without her. It feels like. Come April, it's gonna be 3 years since she passed, and it's still rough, you know. It's still rough to think about, you know. Today at work, I had a customer who called in an order for a cake, and they said on it, "Happy birthday, Mary." And yeah, that was I held it together, but it's just like it stung. It stung a lot because we used to always go all out or try to for her birthday. You know, decorate the house up and everything, and you know, she always got a big kick out of it. And you know, here we are, not doing it. You know, it's been 3 years, and it's not fun. It's okay. So it's only 2 birthdays. I just thought about it, but yeah, it's been almost 3 years. I mean, in a way, I'm glad that at least she got to have her last birthday. But still, it makes me. It stings a lot. And, you know, they say when something like this affects someone for a long period of time, that maybe they should go see help, you know. It's like I believe our whole family would need some help. But the thing is, you know, when you live in a household where you know, people don't think that, you know, you should go to therapy because it means you're a crazy person, you know, it kind of makes it difficult, especially if you don't have insurance, you know, you can't afford insurance. So you definitely can't go to a specialist and talk to somebody because, you know, you can't really afford that freaking, what was it? It was usually about $80 to $120 an hour. You know, it's like if you had insurance, even with insurance, some insurance companies fight you tooth and nail. Oh no, it's not a medical need. You don't have to do this. So that's out of your pocket. You know, it's like unless you're dying, they don't want to cover it. So a lot of people end up, unless their company pays for it, whoever they work for, you're kind of crap out of luck. You know, you're screwed because they don't want to. You know, you don't have the money to pay for it. And people say, well, it's simple to talk to others. Like, here's the thing. There's a big difference between talking with friends and whatnot about your issues, and actually having someone who's a licensed person be able to sit there, analyze it, and if they care enough, actually tell you how you should go about trying to handle it, and, you know, maybe prescribe some type of medication that will help you with that particular issue. Sorry, my friend of mine, Tarek, called my chair the old man chair now because it makes a lot of noise now. So you're gonna hear my chair a lot now. It's even though I've only had this chair a year, it's become the old man chair now. So great. What was once my captain's chair is now my old man chair. Great. They're just. I wonder if any of the captains on Star Trek had to deal with their chairs squeaking. No way, I take it back. Kirk did, and that was the Undiscovered Country, I believe. And yeah, he didn't like the chair. It was squeaky and hard. He didn't like it, so yeah, he had to deal with that. when his ship got refit after everywhere. Anyway, yeah, it's. I've had some people say, "Oh, you don't need medication for that. You don't need it. You just suck it up and man up." And it's like, okay. Let's take someone who was in your life that you cared for deeply, and just rip them out of your life suddenly like that, and see if you don't have problems. And see people go, "Oh, I want emotion. I'm man up," and then they're an alcoholic, beating people up, and they got rage issues because they don't know how to deal with their freaking feelings. That's why I always say the biggest problem in our country is a lack of mental health. There is a severe lack of it because they believe if you're dealing with mental health, you must be a crazy person. I hate that. I would like to one day become a big name advocate for mental health. If I got big on YouTube or in something, that would be my main platform wherever I went. I would always be talking about mental health. Mental health is important. I would believe that we wouldn't have half the crazy people shootings that we have nowadays if we had better mental health for people. We would have less of these shootings because people would be getting the help they need instead of, going untreated and not knowing that they need help or hiding the fact they need help because, they don't want to be seen as crazy. Need to take that stigma of mental health, of mental health meaning crazy, and just chuck it in the bin because it's stupid. But yeah, that's like a long ways off, if ever. But yeah, it's. So I kind of just deal with crap as I go and hope I don't lose my goddamn mind doing it. Which, I've already lost my mind several times, so it doesn't really matter. But let's see here. It's getting off that topic there. Let's see. I made some New Year's resolutions, and it's like, oh, you made New Year's resolutions. Yeah, I didn't really announce them at first because usually I thought, when people say they have New Year's resolutions, they post them down somewhere and then they get annoyed because people keep nagging them on these resolutions and they end up breaking them. It's like, oh, I resolved to lose weight this year. Have you lost weight? Have you lost weight? Have you lost weight? Okay, screw it. I'm eating a candy bar. No, my resolution is to lose an amount of weight. Not any predetermined amount of weight, but just lose some weight. I'm not going to list or name a number because I want... If I try to focus on an arbitrary number, I'll probably fail. But if I say I'm going to lose some weight and I actually do lose some weight, hey, I made a success. And that will motivate me to keep losing weight. So we're going to try that. One of my other resolutions is to stop watching the news. Stop reading the news. And you're thinking, well, that's kind of dumb, but not really when you think about it. You see, I'm not talking about local news. Local news is fine. I want to hear about the weather and whatnot. Local news, for the most part, doesn't slant things. They just say what's going on. They don't say who's at fault. But when you go to the mainstream news, that's when you start listening to the talking heads pundits. They sit there and they put a slant on everything. And they say, oh, this is wrong, that is wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not going to listen to y'all anymore. I'm not listening to CNN, ABC, Fox, or MSNBC, or any of those other major news outlets. Heck, I might not even watch, the independent ones, because even they have a slant to put on things. Everyone has a slant. I watch local news because local news tells me what's happening. They don't put a slant on it for the most part, unless you're in certain states, and then you're kind of screwed. But it's like I want to hear about the weather. I want to hear what's going on in the world. And my screensaver just kicked in because of course it would. I want to hear about the weather, what's going on in the world, sports, any feel-good stories, or any local happenings. That's it. I don't care about politics anymore. I don't. I really could give two craps less. I don't care anymore. Because if you ask one side, they're going to have their slant. You're going to ask the other side, they're going to have their slant. I'm like, you know what? About the farthest I'm going to go is if I see a political meme on Facebook that I think's funny, I'll laugh at it. That's it. I'm not going to... And it's for either side. Both sides have had some funny crap. And I see the memes and I laugh at them. That's it. I don't care. I really, 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 really don't give two craps about it. I had another, besides my resolutions like that, I also wanted to try writing a book. I had an idea to write a book. And it was going to be about Mary, of course. It was going to be a way of going to try to help myself cope. And it's like, for about a year now, I had this idea of writing a book about it. But the thing is, every time I try to sit down and try to write, it was going to be a children's book. Every time I try to write it, I get writer's block. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to start this, how I'm going to even end it. It's going to be just a children's book. But I can't figure out how I'm going to go about it. So it kind of just bugs me. It's like, when I'm at work, or I'm doing something else, I have great ideas. But I'm not in a position where I can write down a note about it real quick. But when I'm home, and I have time, okay, what the hell's with that jaw back there? Back of my gums hurt. I don't want to go to the dentist. I hate going to the dentist. Hopefully it's just... doesn't hurt. It's just don't feel like teeth pain. It just feels like your jaw hurts. Whatever. But like I said, when I get home and I go, okay, I got free time. Let me try and do this. And I go beep. I get a blank and I can't figure it out. And it bugs me. It's like I have writer's block when I want to write. But when I don't want to write, it's all there. It's all the items are there. I think I even had one instance where I was in a position to write down a note. And the second I grabbed the pen, blip, out my head it went. And it's annoying. It's literally annoying. But I wanted to do that. Was there any more resolutions? I know there's one that my mom would love me to put on there, and that's no swearing, because she hates swearing. She hates it. Hence why I stopped swearing in most of my videos. Not all, but most. Mainly because when I did swear, it was out of rage, and usually it's because usually it's annoying that I have to sit there and edit it out, put the horn in and all that. But she hates it. And sometimes I do get a little bit of a sailor mouth when I get angry at something. But we have freaking scientific proof that she doesn't care about, that if you swear, it lessens the pain, either the mental or the physical pain. They had some kids in a college. People stick their hand in a bucket of ice water and hold it there until they couldn't do it anymore. And for the first time, they go, okay, you can't swear at all. And then the second time they had to do it, they could swear. And they found that the people who could swear kept their hand in longer than those who, than the time they couldn't swear. And they had them do this. They had them do this twice. Different arms. Pretty sure, anyway. And it's like if you're allowed to swear, you can keep your arm in a bit longer because you're able to withstand. You're verbalizing your pain instead of just trying to hold it all in. You're verbalizing your pain and thus letting some of the pain out. But some people do. Oh, just suffer in silence. I don't want to hear that word. It's disgusting to my virgin ears. So, yeah. I'm a full supporter. If you need to swear when you're in pain, go right ahead. Maybe one day when I have my own place. Aha! Not in this economy. Let's see what else I'm talking about here. Let's see. So I've been taking a break from Final Fantasy XIV. I was playing it almost every day. And I started to get where it's like, I think it's like part of burnout, which, because like I said, I've been playing it almost every day, and I was focusing heavily on the what are those stupid things? The Beast Tribe quests. I've been trying to max them out, and it just gets annoying, because but when you're playing this game, doing the same thing every day, because that's the one problem with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, when they drop content, they drop it in big chunks, but then once you complete that content, you get nothing until the next freaking patch. A given, that's still far more content than STO drops. STO just goes, oh, here's another event. Oh, here's another event. Oh, here's another event. But it's still, it's still more content than STO gives, but it's blocks of content. And when you're doing that when you're finished with that content, what you're technically supposed to do is get tomes to max out your main class that you play as, and level other classes and gear them. So if you let's say you wanted to try out Samurai or Dragoon, you could do that while you're trying to max up that one class. But you got, weekly tome caps that you have to worry about. And part of me was getting burnt out on that, because all I was doing was gearing my main class, which is Dancer. Shut up. And leveling other classes that once I hit max level with them, I'm not going to touch anymore. It's like Samurai. I leveled Samurai to 80. I'm not going to touch it anymore now because, well, I leveled it to 80. I leveled, what was it I also leveled? I leveled Dragoon. Same thing. Because when I do an expert roulette or one of the 24 mans, I run as my Dancer because I'm better at it than those classes. So it's like, what's the point of leveling and gearing those other classes that I ain't gonna play as? What's the point of doing that? And then I got to thinking, I don't do Savage. And I rarely do EXs because the people I normally play with, I have like two groups. I have a FC that I'm in that's all casual people. And then I have a group of friends of mine. And the thing is, I've wondered, I am the odd man out in that group because in that group, they're all raiders. They're all hardcore raiders. They do Savage. They, a couple of them even do the ultimates that are out. The the Ballad of Alexander and the Bahamut ultimate. They do those. I don't, because due to the fact that I'm a slow learner, I don't understand how openers work. And keep in mind, this is all that was before I started maining as Dancer because it was easier to do than Monk. Monk was my original main. It's like someone tried to send me a whole thing on how to Monk for Final Fantasy, and I tried to read it, and it all went over my head. I'm sitting there trying to figure something like, what? And it reminded me of the time my uncle tried to get me into computer programming by handing me a computer textbook. An actual, school textbook for computers. And I sat there trying to read it, and my head started to hurt. Because I could not understand it at all. I'm an audio, visual, kinesthetic type learner. I have to have all three. I have to have someone telling me how, I have to have visual aids, and I have to be doing it at the same time. And the thing is, when someone just wants to go, here, read this and figure it out your own, I'm like, I need someone to direct me. You can't just throw visual aids and then expect me to learn from that. I have to have someone teach me. That's the problem with being slow, It's very difficult. But because, but the thing is, what led to my other problem being burnt out is, like I said, they're all hardcore raiders. And it's like when I play with them, my anxiety would kick in. And every time they would have a problem with another random player that was, in a dungeon who was not doing best damage they could. They would go on like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Why is he like this? Why is this player like this? And my anxiety was saying, they're talking about you. They just don't want you to cry like a little baby. So they're directing it on this person. And it's like, I would also go, I know what that person's going through. If they're trying to, I could tell the difference between someone who's just taking the crap and, not caring about running through the dungeon, and someone who's genuinely having trouble. And when I can see someone genuinely having trouble, it really hurts when they get upset at this person for not doing what they should do. Maybe the person's new. Oh, it's no excuse. What do you mean it's no excuse? What about me? And they go, oh, you're different. I'm like, how? And they, screensaver! Stop it! I need to hold on. I need to find something to put on loop so this thing will stop going to screensaver. I think I have Audacity running right now, and you think it wouldn't do that, but no, let me just lower this, because, oh crap, you'll hear this on the frickin' thing here. So hopefully you don't hear this through my headphones. But, yeah, they'll sit there and they'll say, oh, you're different. I'm like, how am I different? And they can't explain it. And so I always felt like the odd man out whenever I played with them. Like, they all had savage gear on, and they were really good at their jobs, and here I am being a piece of crap. And one of them actually, we were goofing off on a whole Mr. Switch run. And we were dying. And one of them, he was getting really annoyed about everyone dying. Like, oh, we should know our jobs by now. I'm like, dude, first of all, it's just a whole Mr. Switch run. It's just a dungeon run. It's not like it's that important. Second of all, you're taking this way too hard. I mean, of course, he also admits he's an elitist. And I guess that's the other thing that annoys me. It's just, when people, when they're, I'm not an elitist. And it's like, I've caught myself acting like them sometimes when I get annoyed, and I go, wait, what am I doing? I know what that player goes through. Why am I acting this way? And so it's, I think what it is one moment. Sorry about that. People come in, oh, we're ordering dinner. It's like, why are you ordering dinner? It's only 2:30 in the afternoon! What the hell? What was I talking about? Yeah, it just, I started saying I was getting really heavily burnt out. I didn't want to play the game, and I couldn't pin exactly why I didn't want to play the game. I thought maybe it was burnout, but it's like, since I've been away from the game, I've been wanting to go back and play it, but at the same time I don't, and I couldn't figure out why until Friday night, when I found out that my friends, the raiding group, managed to finally beat Titan Savage. And they were all happy about that. And I actually got angry. And I'm thinking, why am I getting angry? I should be happy for them. They finally beat Savage. And it's like, and then I realized it. I'm bitter. I'm bitter because I want to do that, but I can't because my anxiety won't let me. It's like my anxiety is like literally my worst enemy. It's like, I think a couple of days after Titan EX dropped, the raiding group tried to pull me through Titan EX, and they had never done it either. And I was dying so much. It's like I was actually, because I'm panicking, because I'm not sure where I need to stand, and they're starting to yell at me like, "Hey, just stop moving!" Scream at me. And it's like, in my head, it's like my anxiety is telling me, "See, you're pissing them off. Why are you even doing this? They don't want to be here with you." And I know that's not the truth, but it's still my anxiety saying that. And anxiety is an evil little demon that just gnaws at you. And that's when when I saw the picture that one of my best friends who was in that rating group posted on his Facebook the day beating it actually ticked me off. It actually made it to where it was difficult to sleep. No, it wasn't Friday night. It was Thursday night. But it made it difficult for me to sleep because I was bitter, and I couldn't figure out why I was bitter until I realized, I want to do that, but I can't. And so I realized I'm not burnt out so much as it's my anxiety, and I'm bitter. I'm bitter that I can't be as good as them and be in that mess. But my anxiety won't let me get into it, and when I play with them, my anxiety is always comparing my abilities and my equipment to them. And it was like an epiphany. It's like, that's my problem. But I have no ability to know how to solve that problem. I have no ability on how to work on this. Because the thing is, I'm like, oh, I know what's wrong with me. I have no idea how to fix it, though. I have no idea. It's like the problem's still there. I just don't know how to fix it. Because I know if I go back and play with them, my anxiety is going to be there telling me, look at them. Oh, you screwed up. See how annoyed they are that you screwed up? And it's like, I know if I play with the FCs, they're all casuals. They play at their own pace. I'll be fine with them, but... And the people in the FC are nice. They're good people. They're not the friends that I've been playing with the game for about... Oh, God. How long have I been playing Final Fantasy? Oh, I think about 2 or 3 years I've been playing with them. And the best friend, I've been playing with him in various games for a good long time. But yeah, I figured out the problem. I just don't know how to solve that problem. And so I've been kept away from Final Fantasy XI. I kept away from it. And I'm thinking, I've been playing Destiny, and I had never done any raids in Destiny. All I've ever done is the dungeons. The strikes, and I've done the menagerie. And I've been playing with my best friend there in Magma. And one of my best friends, I have several. But I've been playing with him, and everything's been fine. But then last night, me and the clan I'm with, he wasn't on at the time, went into a heroic sundial mission. And I started dying a whole lot and, screwing up. And my anxiety started to come back. Because even though it had been almost, except for like 2 people, it had been all of our first times in the heroic version of the sundial. It had been all of our first times. And, yet, because of my anxiety, I started panicking. And when we tried twice and ended up not completing it, and they all went off to bed because, well, they're except for like me, Mag, and another friend of mine who's in that clan, Charles. The rest of them are all in England. So it was about 3 or 4 a.m. their time. It was time for bed. But as they were all getting off, my anxiety was not saying, oh, their bedtime, they should go to bed. No, my anxiety's saying, see, you upset them. You screwed up, and now they don't want to play anymore tonight because of you. And it's like, and people say, well, if you understand what your anxiety is saying, why can't you deal with it? It's saying, knowing what's wrong with me is it's a completely different thing than knowing how to fix it. It's like when something happens with your car. You open the hood. You can see, oh, there's something happening there. I can see it. I do not know how to fix it though. So you take the car to a specialist. Sorry, I hit the desk there. You take a car to a specialist, to a mechanic, and they fix it for you. Or you take the car to a friend or a family member who knows how to fix that. And you say, that's wrong. I know how to fix that. That's what I need. I need a specialist who can point out my issues and help me fix them. Because I don't know how to fix them. And so, yeah. I have this fear in the back of my head that if I do any like hardcore raids with the clan on Destiny and I screw up, my anxiety is going to force me to stop playing that, because I'm like, then I'll start comparing myself to them. And to them, it's not so much equipment, mind you. Most of us were in the near power level. Yeah, I was the lowest. There's like somewhere like 960, 970. I was at the time I was 950 something, I believe. And we're all in a near light level, power level, whatever. But like I said, the thing is, my anxiety is going to say, "Oh, you don't have the best stuff," or "Oh, your skills suck and you're stupid. Why are you doing this?" And I'm afraid it's going to end up where I can't play that game anymore. It's like, and people ask me, "Well, how come you play STO?" No problem. First of all, I play mostly by myself on STO. And I've turned STO, and unless I need one of the TFOs, I turned it into a single player game, basically. And when I do a TFO, I always do normal advanced. I never do elite, because I know I don't do elite. And it's not because, oh, my anxiety. The elites are no problem. The problem is with, you have to have top of the line gear, because in STO, it's a different beast. It's not about skill. It's simply about, oh, you've got to have Mark 15 epic gear. DPS is the name of the game in STO. DPS. And if you're going in that thing with Mark 12 blues, you're gonna run the whole thing down. But if you're going in with Mark 14s, Mark 15s, as long as they ain't blues, as long as they're purple or higher, you'll be okay. It's like I remember doing Battle of Corfez Elite. All it requires is just DPS, killing everything quick enough. So it's not so much of a problem for me. And then you got Ark, which just got me started to playing. And that game, I become an anxiety-riddled mess because I'm in her clan for the moment. And she wants me to go off and make my own clan and everything, which definitely ain't gonna happen. Yeah. But she's like telling me, go over and do this thing, bring this with you. And I'm sitting there afraid to do it, because I'm afraid to get the ammo she's let me borrow killed. And it's like my anxiety is like, oh, if you get this ammo killed, she's gonna be very angry at you. And she sits there, she does all this playful jabbing about, oh, I'm gonna, it's like, oh, if you try something, I'm gonna send my dinosaurs to kill you and everything. And I know she's playfully jabbing, but my anxiety is like, you see? She don't like you. Why are you even playing with her? You screw up and she'll kill you. She'll leave you out in the middle of the wilds with nothing, and you won't be able to play because you'll be like, well, I'm done. And that's my anxiety. And it sucks. And that's why I don't play Ark very much, because... And not just because it takes 10 plus minutes to freaking log into the server. It's because I'm afraid that if I got an animal killed, she would hate me. And it's like, again, it's my anxiety talking. But I don't know how to shut it up. I want to so much take my anxiety and bury it. I want to take my anxiety, put it in a cement coffin, and drop it into the Marianas Trench. That would, if I could just remove my anxiety and depression from my body, I'd be so happy. But yeah. But yeah, that was probably the biggest chunk. That and people trying to order dinner at freaking 2:30 in the freaking afternoon. Let's see. I think the other one thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to talk about my streaming plans. I've been trying to stream twice a week. I've been, up until recently, I've been hesitant to do Destiny because I've been having some stuttering issues when I stream it. And it's like, I couldn't figure out for the life of me, why was this stuttering happening? And then, someone was I posted this in the help forums, and listen, you should be using the Invent codec. I'm like, Invent? What the hell is that? And so I look up some Invent encoder settings for Streamlabs, and I'm like, okay, let me try this. Let me put my stream arc. And the CPU usage barely spiked above 50%, maybe like once or twice. The whole 5-hour stream. And I was like, okay, that's not too bad. I like that. So I'm going to try it again with Destiny, because I do like playing Destiny. However, if I end up starting having an issue with the raids, then it's going to go the way of the dodo. Shut up. But I'm hoping to get that. If that works, then hey, it makes it a little bit more viable. Of course, there's also like 2 MMOs coming out that I might stream instead. The Magic the Gathering Legends MMO, and PSO2's finally coming to the West. I don't know when it's going to hit, either of them, but I know I'll be streaming them. The other thing is, like, I had a friend who really sorry, I need to take a drink and wet my whistle. Really wants me to stream Red Alert 3. Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. The last strategy game of that nature that I had played was StarCraft. When it came out! I had never done a LAN thing or any kind of multiplayer with that. I did one multiplayer thing of Warcraft back in the day. And that was against someone who decided he was going to use codes. So I basically got bum rushed. It's like, oh really, you're going to use codes? We're going to do a multiplayer and you're going to use codes on me. You prick. That kind of sucked. So, yeah. It, it made me, I don't want to play, strategies. And I was never really good with them to begin with. It's like, I never even beat the original Warcraft 2. So, someone's banging on crap in the background there. And I got my door closed. I really did have some of that freaking phone. But I never really could get into RTS games that well because I was never really good at them. And he's been begging me to do Red Alert. And the thing is, the last time I tried to do Red Alert 3 Uprising. It was like a standalone DLC kind of deal. You didn't need the base game. And it could be because I didn't know how Red Alert works, even though I did the tutorials. It's just the fact of I'm sitting here trying to manage resources that I have no idea how to manage, and I'm starting to panic. And I'm starting to have my anxiety kick in. Because I'm panicking, because, things are happening and I have no idea how to answer them. It's like, I rage quit one of the last level, it was like the, I think, 4th mission in that expansion, because I'm sitting here trying to build a base, And the enemy keeps airdropping enemies and wrecking it. And I'm sitting there panicking, trying to figure out how to stem the tide. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing? And finally I said, you know what? I'm getting overwhelmed here, and I just need to step away from it. And he's like, okay, you need to start with Red Alert 3. And he's like, okay, so I got it. I got the game, and it's like, then the thought pops in. Do I really want to stream this? Do I really want to stream this? And bother myself in such a way where I'm sitting there panicking because, you know, everything's happening all at once. I thought about, well, maybe I should do it like as a Sunday video on my channel. Like every other Sunday or so, have a video up of me trying to do a mission. And I thought about that. I mean, my channel's all over the place anyway, as it is. You know, my channel doesn't focus on one dang thing, which probably upsets a lot of people. Hence why my position in the algorithm is probably so low. But I know I focus on a lot of different things. And I thought about doing that, and it's like I thought, you know, then if I'm starting to have a problem, I can take a break from the game. I can walk away from it and go, I don't want to play this. You know, but then it's like if I don't get the time during the week to sit down and record a level or two of it, it's going to be a problem. The thing is, I don't want to stream it. It's like I would rather. It's like right now I'm getting the urge to want to stream an RPG. I could like I started streaming RPGs. My first ever stream I did was, if I remember right, was Alcahest. I streamed that. And I enjoyed it. It was an RPG. It's like I want to get back to doing that because it allows me to play RPGs without having to sit there and editing out all the random battles. Or trying to keep one or two battles in because, oh, this is a new enemy. What the hell? Phone, shut your dumb face up. Really? No. I'm about to chuck my phone across the room because my phone's been having issues. What is that error? I want to back up photo. Shut up. Yeah, my phone was acting up the other day. It started to restart continuously and lose its mind. It didn't stop till I held the button for like a minute till it just lost its mind. And it's like I tried to call tech support and I couldn't get a hold of tech support because, oh, you need a PIN. You need a PIN number. My mom never set up a PIN number for tech support because, you know, she's the head of the account. I'm like, crap. But yeah, it's like I've been wanting to stream RPGs. I've been wanting to go back and play them. I haven't had time to grind on frickin' Starpoint Gemini 2 because, unfortunately, I don't think that game's gonna let me have a peaceful time getting through the story until I upgrade to a frickin' battleship or a dreadnought. So, you know, oh, I need to go capture this ship. Oh, I have enough troops to do that. Like the game goes, oh, you need to go capture this ship. Okay, I'm in a frigate. I have 32 troops I can use. Oh, this is a battleship. It has 72 crew. I'm not capturing that. If I have help and, you know, or if I'm alone and the other guy's alone, yeah, I can sit there, hang on his tail end and kill him. But usually that doesn't happen. His friends come in and they blast me and it's like, oh, it's like 4-on-1. I'm dead. The game is so wildly inconsistent that it frustrates me. So it's like I want to stream an RPG. I like space games, so I like space games. But still, it's frustrating. Let's see. I've been talking for about 47, almost 50 minutes. So, yeah, I'm going to end the glog here. Sorry if it's not cheery, happy, all that business, but my glogs usually never are, because my glogs are usually me trying to get crap off my chest, because if I don't, I'll probably explode, and I need to be able to air them out. So, until my next whatever I do, this is BygPhattyPlus. Sayonara. And, happy birthday, Mary.